Hello, welcome to this class. Let me take some things off of you. This is our second class on HTML and introduction to HTML class. So basically, like I said in the previous class, we'll be going straight into coding and not so much to talk. Let's just get into action. So first, I would like you to create a folder on your desktop or anywhere you feel like, but I would like to create my own on my desktop. Then I'll call it first class, or let's call it hello world. Hello world. Since we'll be writing our first hello world code, then open your VS Code. Mine is already open. If you notice, there was something I was supposed to explain in the last class. If you notice, yours would have a lighter theme, mine is dark, and this is how it happened. Like I said, I've been using VS Code for quite a while. So you just go to settings, then go to color theme. I'm using a base. Yours probably came with this default white, but I'm using a base, so you can actually go and make those changes. I like the basis. You can just try out anyone. This quiet light seems nice, but I'll just go back to my dark basis theme. So basically, that is how to go about it. Don't get confused that you downloaded the wrong thing. It is actually the right thing. It's just different theme colors. So you can try out any of those colors, anyone that works for you, and we get started. Remember earlier we just created a folder on our desktop. So to get started, you just navigate to that folder, go to file, open file, then go to your desktop. Mine is on my desktop. Hello world, and that's it. Open. Okay, I said open file. Sorry, I meant open folder. Open folder, my bad. Go to desktop, then hello world, select folder. That's just all you need to do for now, and it will take you into that folder. To take you into the hello world folder. If you've been able to do that, that's awesome. So now we can now create a new file in this hello world folder. You could just say start new file, or just go here and create a new file. On the hello world folder, you see these icons on it: new folder, refresh explorer, and all that. Just create a new file, or you could just go here and still new file. New file, Control N. So depend on what you want, if that one you want to use. If you're good with keyboard shortcut, you just Control N and you create a new file in the current folder, or you just go here, create. I'll just use this. So now we name our file. I would like to call it index.html. Notice the extension index.html. I'll tell you why I use the word index or the name index. Most hosting platform, once you upload your website to an hosting platform, they are programmed to look for the index file, because index file is like the opening to your program or to your web app. That is where they'll be able to. That is the first index. Is normally the first page when you get to a website. That is what. You can name it anything, but the convention is to name it index, the index page, index.html, basically. So now, let's actually start. In this course, we are going to write our first hello world program. So another thing I want you to see, in that folder you created, wherever you created it, mine was in my desktop. When you go inside, you'll see this index file we just created, and it has the Chrome extension, Chrome logo to it, because it's actually would I say a web page? Yes, that can be opened on Chrome. So now let's open it and see. If you notice, there is nothing. It's an open file. It's an empty file. Let me just close this other window so that we'll be left with it. It's an empty file. There is nothing in it because we just opened it. So now let's go to VS Code and try to put something inside it. Conventionally, while working with HTML, we need to put a document type. So if you notice in our course, we started with a document type on top. So what I'm just going to do is do this. I need to explain this first. I did the is it downward colon or something? I don't know what they call this. If you notice, my extension brought out this old stuff, and this is why I told you to install those extensions. If you did that, you'll be able to get access to this as well. But because this is our first class, I would do everything manually so that I'll be able to gain muscle knowledge of it. But basically, as you can see, there's actually a shortcut to do that. When I press tab, you see it will populate the code for me. I won't need to even type so much. But let's just go through the process one by one so that I'll be able to understand what is really happening. So just watch as I do this. First angle press greater than tag, less than tag, less than angle brackets actually, whatever they call it. Then if you notice, you now write doc type. This is convention. You have to declare the document type first for the browser to know what kind of document is this, and we have HTML. Then we close it. This on its own is a tag, and it is a self-closing tag. I'll do Ctrl S to save, or you could just, or basically it's just easier to use Ctrl S to save than going up and saving. Then next, you now go, and remember we talked about HTML being a parent-child relationship, so we'll go HTML, we close it. If you notice, part of the help of the shortcut is it helped me after I typed the first HTML opening tag here, it helped me close it. So we'll go like this. So this is the parent document, the HTML document, and there are two siblings that go into this HTML document. They are the head tag, which is not the head tag, then underneath it also the body tag, body, and as you can see, it closes it as well. So these are the two tags that go, or that child tags to the parent HTML document, like we've been talking about. In the head tag, there are so many things that go into it, but basically one of the most common one is you would come across the title tag. If you went through our last class, you'll see we use this title tag helps to tell your browser what your page is all about. Let me just write in the title tag, since our page is an hello world tag, we say hello world. So before we save it, let me show you, let me go back to our browser. In our browser, if you notice, what's on this part of it is index.html file, right? Let me give you, let's go to google.com. I like, oh, something is wrong with my internet. Something's wrong with my internet. So okay, we are back on. So if you notice on the Google page, what you're seeing is Google. here. It is not index.html or google.html or something. It is Google, and this is because of the title tag. So this is what we'll do to change this immediately in that title tag. So when we go to our VS Code, we've written hello world. Let's save it now. Control save. Then let's go to our browser and reload. If you notice, this has changed from index.html to hello world. Basically, that is what the title tag does. It works with search engines like Google. When they want to check your site to see what it's about, the first thing they go to see is what's the title. So if your site is about shoes or about bags, and your title tag says bags or something like that, when somebody searches for bag, the search engine goes and look at the title of several websites, and if yours tell you, okay, this person is looking for bag, yours is a match, it comes up in the search results. Basically, that is part of what your title tag does, and that is why you shouldn't skip this step if you're building a production based web application. So now let's continue. Now in the body tag, this is where the magic really happens. A lot of magic happens in the head tag, which we'll get to see more, but a lot equally happens in the body tag. So now we want to print our first hello world tag. One of the ways we could do this is just type hello world and save. And if we go to our page, we see hello world. We are seeing hello world here, but this is against what we all know to be how HTML documents work. Basically, there is no parent-child relation. There is a parent-child relationship. Basically, hello world is a child and it's inside the body tag, but it is just text basically. So the best way to do it, or we could wrap it up inside a paragraph tag. So we're getting, do not write these tags, do not cram these tags. The more you work on HTML documents, you get acquainted with them. So we get to write it in a paragraph tag and write hello world. I'm saying whole hello world. What is wrong with my spelling this morning? Okay. Hello. What's happening? World. Okay. If you notice, geez, world. Okay, now let me write the just plain text on as well, so that you see the difference. Hello world, so that you know there are two different hello worlds coming up. This one is in paragraph and this one is just a plain text. This one is lowercase, this one is capitalized, so I'll be able to know the difference. I've saved. Let's go to our browser and refresh. So you can see there's hello world and hello world, and if you notice, there's some kind of styling to this second one because of that paragraph tag we wrapped it in. There's some borders and it's just way cooler than just normal hello world text. So if you've been able to follow through to this point, you've written your first hello world code, I think I should clap for you. So congratulations. In the next class we'll be going into deeper and more advanced things, but you have just started coding. You now own your first hello world index page website. So I don't want to put too many things into one video, so we'll just go breaking it step by step. So congratulations, and if you've been able to follow me up to the end of this class, I believe you would have learned one or two things. Firstly, we've been able to practicalize the parent-child relationship we talked about of an HTML document. As you can see, this is the parent tags, opening and closing HTML document. Then we have the siblings head and the body tags, And okay, let's delete this. And we've been able to write our hello world inside the paragraph tag. We've also been able to understand what a title tag is about and how to use it, and how it interacts with search engines as well. So part of your search engine optimization, when you're doing something like search engine optimization, is a different course on its own. It's a different field entirely. You would use things like title tags and meta tags in order to help search engines be able to find your page and index it properly so that it will rank higher. But that's an entirely different thing, and most of all those are done with your head tag and as well as how you write your body of your HTML document. So next up in this next class, we'll be diving into more tags and how to use them. So thank you if you followed up to this class. I've talked way too much in one class. So let's just end it here. And we'll see in the next class where we'll be diving deeper into our HTML documents. Thank you.